And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved, Toxic Factory, and I just bumped the mic, sorry about that. So I'm back up here on the surface, just checking out, making sure that the lasers are doing their thing and everybody's fat and happy. And I thought, you know, I run up here all the time, back and forth, and I'd like to make it a little easier to do. So one of the reasons I left this system sitting right here is, you know, what fits right in here really well? Well, that's a Mark IV battery. And what better way to use a Mark IV battery up here than to use it to teleport some things. So we have this teleporter network mod, which is phenomenal. So I'm going to build a couple of these and those diamonds that I found earlier, well, those are going to come in handy right now. I've got more diamonds, don't worry, but I need more copper wire to really make this efficient. So we have two teleporter networks. Well, the first things first, we need the Mark IV battery in here. So let's get that built and starting to get charged. So this way and this way. So the beautiful thing about this mod, and I'm so happy that the mod author made it, is you don't need to work with the location markers like you normally would with the, because normally you have to like use these location marker things, and they're kind of annoying because you only have one at a time, and it's difficult. Let's just leave it at that. So I would like, I'm gonna have probably a couple of these, but for now we're gonna stick to, let's see, what do I want? How do I want to do this? No, we're gonna cancel that idea because we need to do some special stuff with these awesome teleporters. So we're gonna slap a teleporter in there, and the way that this network works is it goes off of the signs that you place on them. So I think I need to actually I've got a couple signs ready to go. I crafted them ahead of time just to make sure that I could. So there is the sign, and let's enter text. And these are a little derpy because you gotta clear them first, and then you can do this. So toxic factory. Let's do toxic. Really? Toxic. I thought you could do a carriage return on these. Apparently not. Okay, well, Toxic Factory. Okay, so this one is labeled as Toxic Factory, right? Actually, no, that's wrong. We need to label them where they are. So this is home, or let's do smelting floor. Smelting floor. It's kind of bright. I don't know where the light is coming from, but so that's smelting floor. So that is where we are in the world, smelting floor, and it's all good, and it's going to be good. It's going to be really good once we get the system going. Should work great. So I came up here really to grab the Mark IIs because I need another induction charger. That's really why I came up here in the first place. So now we've got to head back down, but we have a teleporter with us, and now that we have more power down in the toxic caves, namely from that lovely turbine that we've got down there. Now that we have that power, we can actually use some teleporter action because, you know, the amount of power it takes to teleport long distances is substantial. And there's no way, well, I mean there is a way, but there's not really a realistic way. If you just have like a blue laser coming down to a place, to hook a teleporter up to that, I mean, it would take hours to charge it up enough to use that teleporter to go anywhere at 40 power per second. So we're heading back down. I will probably fall through the... I always fall through in the toxic caves. Oh, didn't do it this time. Yay. Okay, so we need a good power system, and it looks like this bottom laser is not actually being used for anything. So I'm gonna take that away, and we are gonna repurpose this setup. So that's what, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're gonna repurpose this setup. And I built it in the wrong place. That was good. That was nice. Thanks. Okay, so this, I want to have this be a battery. Actually, do we need this to be a battery? Yeah, why not? A little bit of love and attention there. Okay, so with this, we need another teleporter. So let's put another one down. There it is. Now, do we want this out one? I think I do want a little bit of battery backup behind this thing, just because, for reasons, just to have a little bit of power reserve. So you can see now it's powered up, but we need to put a sign on it in order to mark where it is. So let's slap a sign on there, and this is going to be Toxic Factory. Okay, so now let this thing power itself up. You can see 45,000 power is the reserve for this. So you can see, just to warp up to our smelting floor, 22,000 power. So you can imagine, I mean, if you're pushing in maybe 40 power per second, how much raw power that is. That is a substantial amount of power. And let's see, we're gonna close that off, make that look nice, make sure this is still good. 700 plastic we've built up, which is goody. And yeah, we are definitely beaming down. Just want to make sure we're still beaming plasma cutter heads. Good. So now if I need to get back up, I can just hit E and hit this button, and boom, I'm right up on the smelting floor. Just like that. So I can just warp around. Granted, it would drain the power, but as long as you're not zipping around super fast, you shouldn't have very many problems. Okay, so the research is done. Let's collect that. And now I want to do this one. Oh, basic and simplified again? Have these recovered? Oh, they have. Okay, they did recover and they did backlog, so I want to get the ultimate done for the next build that we're going to do here. All right. And on this one, we're going to build it out here because it is a doozy. So we're going to get the induction charger going. And let's get that. I'm going to give myself a little space, because I did this design in my last series and I really, really liked it. So let's get the induction charger where I know it's in here. I hate when I lose stuff. There it is. I hate when I lose where something is at. Okay. So the induction charger is there. So what I did is we created a little system for moving these power systems. So we have the Mark 1 goes this way. The Mark 2 goes this way. Okay, I need to turn off my jetpack. That's getting annoying. The Mark 3 goes this way. Mark 4 goes this way. Okay. And now we're going to have... I'm going to build... Let's see. I've got some tubes. So here's the deal with these. These need copper coils, which is pretty trivial because copper is right over here. So these need copper coils coming in. We're actually going to load them in over on this side because we need this space coming out. We need a hopper right here. We don't need a really big hopper though. Definitely not a 2,000 slot hopper. We're going to need a... Let's build a couple, because I'm going to want a couple probably eventually. That's 25 small storage hopper. Let's build a couple of those. I feel pretty safe with the smalls. Okay, so we want that hopper there because this is going to make Mark 1s. It's going to loop around. It's going to make Mark 2s. It's going to put them in there. Now, we can take Mark 2s off and create like nanos or do other things with them. Okay, so this comes away and this goes to Mark 3s. Well, Mark 3s, there's no recipe that uses Mark 3s. So we're going to just zip around that. And then we're also going to zip around Mark 1s. So they're just going to go in here, go in here, go in here, and then this one, these Mark 4s we're going to bring out and we're going to make Mark 5s, and that's why I started that research, because that's where Mark 5s are going to go, and then these are going to come out over, and we're going to store a bunch of these ready to go, because these are going to be used for something. Although I don't want a 2,000 slot hopper because they don't stack. That is actually, no, that's a 2001 type hopper, so that might work, although I'm gonna need one in order to make that work. Okay, so the first things first, we need copper coils to come in here, and let's see, copper is right here, so we're going to, actually I can just bring them up right here. So let's fall down there. There we go. And looks like we're not gonna get interference with that. That was pure luck with that. You may think I planned that, but that was pure luck. That I'm not interfering with this hopper, this system here. So copper, I think, that's crystal. Copper is way down there. So copper, is that copper? I think that lines up there. That lines up there. And we need more tubes. More tubes, please. Luckily, I have them auto-crafted right here. Beautiful. It's a beautiful system. All right. Now, where were we? Trying to get this working. Okay. That's good there. Let's build that out. Finish that off. That goes up. Make sure that I build those, because I don't want to derp out again like I did last time. I wish you didn't have to wait like the requisite few seconds to pick up stuff sometimes. Okay, so that is a long ways away. But again, we're not going to use all that much copper. So yeah, we're sending it on its way. And we got, 51 million or something up on top, so I'm not worried about running out. if we, you know, waste a little bit of it. I just remembered we bring that up, but we don't convert it into... Okay, so where's my... There it is. We need machines. We need an extrusion plant.
Crafting.
And we need a coiler plant.
Crafting.
So, extrusion plant. Coiler plant. There it is. It is ready. But power is low. Things are not happy. So, how is this research doing? Can I make... No, not quite yet. So I need a turbine to pump power into this, because we are... If you add these all up, this is 50, so that's 150. That is 350, and that is 750 power. And then this last one is quite high as well. And these are my adjusted numbers as well. Those are actually way higher in reality. So with that, we're going to want a extension of all of this. Don't really need a whole lot of power in between. I've taken from, you know, from experience and basically come to the conclusion that I don't need 1,000 turbines in order to get this stuff, you know, working for me here. But I will need a little bit of that plastic in order to make another turbine to make this possible. So I'm gonna grab like 100 plastic out of there. And we're gonna have a turbine here and here. What am I short on here? Okay, not really much of anything. Plastic I've got in spades. Okay, so the one thing that we're gonna want is the fuel coming over, and then the empties coming out. I'm gonna need more tubes. I can see that now. Usually I do this build on the surface, and I don't use tubes when I do it on the surface. So we're gonna actually come in. If I zoom in over here, so we actually poke out one from here. Okay, so that one, this is where fuel goes in. That's where the empties come out. Okay, I think I did that right. Let's look at this. Actually, I need this to... So you have 2 lasers here. I'll be able to put a third on the outside. So yeah, I'm going to need this to come out. This to come out. This just goes directly out. I don't need a turntable or anything. So let's just build that. This goes up. This goes down. So this comes up. Make sure that's rotated right. And remove only.
Crafting.
And add only. And then the turbine sits atop. And make sure we only go 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the power, we need to beam it directly in, and then we have a battery over here with another beam going directly in. So that's quite a lot of power getting pushed in. But again, these are gonna really be power hungry. And we're gonna want a turntable here just in case we need more power. And let's finish this off. There, our first power comes in. Now we're gonna want like 8 of these. So I'm gonna put a logistics hopper here. So the 4s are gonna come out. Power is low. Who's getting all my power? How much power are you making? Somebody's getting all my power. I don't know who. Oh, there we go. Now we got a little power coming in. Cannot locate Mark 3. What? What is there? What are these? Those are Mark 3s. Those are Mark 2s. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. It was because it was a hopper. It was seeing the hopper and it was trying to pull from the hopper, and yeah, it was confusing the system. So I fixed that up. So I got 8, which is how many we need to actually craft the next one. And let's check that research. Oh, look at that. We're on the very last one. Bingo. So we need to first get up to the surface, because whoa. Why you, oh. Whoops. Unfortunately, it still purples you out, and I don't know why. I don't know why it does that. So yeah, it beams you to the top of that thing. So we need to find our way to our research station. So far, we have survived 20,000 threat with the system that we've got. Pretty amazing. Okay, Mark II solar panels. Oh, Mark V battery. That's a nice thing. Mark 4 and 5 of those. That's nice. And orbital transmitter. Okay, orbital strike controller. And Mark V power core charger. That's what we're going for. That's all she wrote. Okay, so I think that was everything that we were looking for. Okay. Now I need a manufacturing plant. And batteries, I think it... No. Yeah, batteries is where it was at. So there is the Mark IV power booster, the 8 that we have there. And look at that. It adds resin as a recipe or ingredient. So I didn't even know that when I did it, but it's good that it did, because we've actually got that now. So yeah, our thread is still high, which means our resin system is still pumping out this awesome resin. We're going to have thousands and thousands of this resin ready for when we need it. Look at that. We've already got over 2,000 sitting in here. Just cruising on the resin. All right. So we can head back down and get the power core chargers up and running. So Toxic Factory, here we go. Sure beats using all those lifts, that's for sure. Alright, so if we go over here, I want to get that power core charger up and running as soon as possible. As you can see, we've got plenty of stuff over here. Okay, so right here is where it goes. Use up the Mark 3s that I had on me. Or those, yeah, those were Mark 3s, I think. Okay, this desires 800 power per second. So now the turbine is pushing out, is going to have to push out a little bit of power. So if we add all these up, 50, and then 150, 350, 750, and it's slightly under, it's about 200 power per second under what this thing can actually put out on rapid. So this one turbine can keep all of this stuff powered. Unfortunately, what limits us right now is our lasers. Because these are 320 a piece, so that's 320, that's 640, 960. So yeah, we need another laser. We can't really put one. If we put one here and a laser going in, that causes problems. So what is the hold up here? What is not getting? I think we're going to want a couple of these. So we're going to need another set. Not stamper. Extrusion. Coiler. So we're going to want another extruder. And another coiler. And then we're going to have to figure out some way of distributing two of these. So take these down. If I put a small hopper here, I would be able to move this one up. And let's throw a little light on the subject. And this one can go over and then up. I could even put a third on there if I really, really want. Actually, if I could put a third, I could put 4 of them on there if I really wanted to. All right. Now it should process pretty fast, a little faster. I might actually think about doing a third set. So I want these to be remove only. But we need copper coils or copper wire for that, and I don't have any copper wire left. So I'm just gonna go throw in some copper wire over here, and right in here should be good. But that'll have to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.